Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and welcome to the final Aerial Bots review, where I will now discuss the actual combiner. So let's just get to it. First off, so Aerial Bots unite to form Superion. So let's have Firefly and Alpha Bravo will form the feet and legs. Silverbolt will be the will form the chest. Just plug it in, line up the sliders, and just slide them in. Put them a little more back. And then we have Skydive, and Air Raid. Just slide them in. Slide them in. And then Silverbolt is the chest that forms the head, torso, and head. And there he is. This is Superion, the combiner of the combination of all of the aerial bots. So, and one other thing I like to do is the Firefly and Alpha Bravo's guns. I like to plug them in here on the side of his legs as sort of extra cannons. And yeah, let me show him off a bit. Yeah, this is Superion, and I'm gonna say it right now. Out of all of the combiners in the line, this is my favorite. This is my favorite of all of the combiners in the Combiner Wars line. So this is the combiner class Superion. And let's get to his weapon, which is essentially just Silverbolt's gun. Remember this thing? Yeah, the combiner Superion weapon is just this cannon, in which you plug into any of the hands. Into hold on. Into any of the hands, and there he is, holding his big cannon. Now there is one more thing to mention, and well, before that, might as well do some articulation. It's basically all the combiners have the same amount of articulation, more or less. There's like arms that far, ratchet joints there. Oh yeah, there is one tendency that Superion has, is that this chest piece, sometimes when you move around, it'll pop off like that. But that is a minor thing. If you're careful when moving them around, it's fine. Let's see. So you have the arm, great articulation there, great kick. What fell? Oh, this cannon. So just plop back in there. Rotation there, and a knee. And elbows all around with rotation there, and obviously wrist articulation as well, and some small hand movements. One cool thing about the combiners, they all have the same amount of articulation, which is just great. They have a lot of articulation. So put his gun back on. Just a huge amount of articulation. Just great. And Superion, like I said, is my favorite of the Combiner Wars combiners. So not only is he my favorite Autobot combiner, let's see, how do I have Superion ranked? I have him as my second favorite combiner of all time, but he is my favorite Autobot combiner. And yeah, he's just solid. And where Menasor failed, this guy succeeds, and it's all thanks to the chest. The Silverbolt Superion chest is just fantastic. It is fantastic. It holds together, it connects well. It's just great. It is solid. So if you want sturdy combiners, your options will be yes. Let's just. I don't know what else to really say. This is a great combiner. I think out of the teams, I think that if you want to get a Combiner Wars team that is just solid, that's just solid, great gestalt, great individual figures, you will not go wrong by getting the aerial bots. Just the aerial bots are just fantastic. Oh, and Superion with I guess some little facts. Superion with Alpha Bravo being replaced by Quickslinger was repainted in a gift set in Generation 2 colors. So there is that option. You can get the entire team in a box set. So, well, there is one more thing to mention. Technically, there is technically another member of the aerial bots, but he is completely optional. Unlike Blackjack for the Stunticons, where he formed Menassor's chest to complete the look, this character is just completely optional, and he serves as like a super powered gun, and that is this familiar looking guy. Yeah, this guy looks familiar. That's because it is. What was it? The P-38 Thunderbolt. Yeah, this is Powerglide. This is Legends class Powerglide. Comes with some, comes with some landing gear. And here he is. Now I'm going to do a mini review of him. There's his Powerglide in his iconic both G1 red colors and his P81 jet mode, plane mode. So let's get on to a transformation. Really nicely detailed. You can tell this is Powerglide. So transformation, pull apart. Very simple. Very simple. Just pull down the feet. Lift up. Lift these thrusters. Push them up. Just slide them up. Fold back the wings. Unpeg. Like lift these up from there. Fold them up to peg into place like right there. Same thing here. Unpeg the arms and fold them out. Unpeg arms and fold them out. Fold this back. Oh, make sure to lift that up. Fold this down back and then just put it into place till you hear a click. There, nice click. Then you grab this piece and just turn the face around, and there we have Legends Powerglide. He doesn't go with any accessories, but here he is. And here he is. And he's basically, I think during the line they did count him as a member of the aerial bots, kind of. But I sort of see him as an honorary member, because what he can do is that they essentially made this guy a triple changer, because he has his alt mode, which is great because it looks just like, well, the P-38 Thunderbolt. It looks like what it does. The robot mode is also pretty solid with quite a bit of articulation. You know, ball joints there, rotation, ball joints here, ball joints do what ball joints do, and really nice elbows and hidden, I guess, arm missile pods there, and can swivel on his head. But he also counts as something called a target master, which means he actually transforms into a gun that other transformers can hold. In particular, it's meant to go. This guy is meant to be the main gun for Superion. So like I said, I like even this guy is a little better than a Blackjack. Even though I like the Blackjack figure. And I'm just going to get him into his gun mode. So just combine the legs together. Push these forward. Fold these down like this. Bring up the scope. Fold that. Basically, like, you got to transform back into his vehicle mode. Sort of kind of into his vehicle mode. Like this. Then you lift this up. To rotate the head to hide it. Pull out the landing gear, fold this back. Basically, you get this thing back into its vehicle mode, but the two differences being is that instead of these being up, instead of the back wings being up, you just pull them down. You pull up this sight, you pull out the landing gear, and then you keep the wings folded like this, and here we have him in his blaster mode. This is Powerglide in his gun mode, in which he can go in any hand he can hold it. And even any of the individual members can actually hold it. The handle is just the right size for that. But what you're supposed to do is combine it. This guy can combine with this gun. There's actually a place here where you can put this on top. Well, just hold on. Doesn't want to peg into place. There. But like I said, the Powerglide is not necessary, is not really needed to get Superion, but all it does is it adds to the look, since it gives him a bigger gun. It makes his already massive cannon into a souped up like a super cannon, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it also makes his gun a lot heavier. But yeah, so this is the entirety of the aerial bots. You have the main team and the honorary Powerglide, who fuses with who basically combines with the Silverbolt's gun to make the combiner gun, to make this combiner a super gun. Whoa. That makes these a little bit on the heavy side. Let me move this let me move this over here to see if Skydive can hold it. And it is a bit heavy, so the leg joints might not be able to hold it, but you get the idea. But yeah, it's really cool that Powerglide can do this kind of thing. And he wasn't anything like as vital. And like I said, he is entirely optional. He also was repainted twice. He was also Powerglide is also part of the G Generation 2 color gift set, and Powerglide himself was repainted. It was repainted into a purple. He had a straight repaint in the form of what was his name? Oh, Viper. Essentially, it's a purple and red Powerglide that did the same thing and was meant to combine with the Galvatronus gun, which is the combiner that Cyclonus is supposed to turn into. So yeah, overall, fantastic combiner. My favorite in the Combiner Wars line. It barely has any flaws that I can really see. All of the minor stuff are, I think, more associated with the individual figures that can be easily fixed, like the looseness of the elbow. That's mainly because of how heavy this thing becomes when you plop on a Powerglide. But that aside, it's just... he's awesome. He is fantastic. I highly recommend I highly recommend the aerial bots. They're fantastic. Great team. Great and definitely fantastic combiner in the form of Superion. Just fantastic. This combiner is definitely worth getting. Some minor facts is that this type of combiner, which all depends on the chest, was reused in the repaints of Silverbolt. Like Cyclonus would turn into Galvatronus. He's also pretty good, but it looks weird because he doesn't have his own team. Then you have the first Scattershot, which turned into Betatron, which essentially is just an orange and I think it's like an orange and red Superion chest. And it didn't have its own team, so it just mix and match with anybody. Then you had the official, the Technobots, with that second Scattershot that became the actual Computron. Which is like, I don't much care for that team because the limbs are like repaints of each other. Like, I don't care for that team. I don't care about Computron or the Technobots, but I imagine it's a solid figure because the Scattershot, which is the chest, is the Superion mold. So it's gonna be solid. And then you have the what was the other one? Predicus. Yeah, C-Clamp did the Predicus, which was a weird animal vehicle hybrid thing. It was weird. That gift set was weird. But yeah, just I have nothing else to say. Fantastic. Highly recommended. So this has been my review of the Transformers Combiner Wars Combiner class. That's just what I'm gonna call it. Combiner class, Superion, and Legend, and the mini review of the Legends class Powerglide of the same line. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. And this is the final Aerialbots review of the entire team. Recommend everything. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out. Oh, peace out.